Morning everyone. It's like a winter wonderland out here. We got like 7 inches according to the grill calculations last night, so it's heavy wet stuff, but it's about flurries right now. But I've got too much stuff to do to wait until this thing's completely done, so I'm gonna get the tractor started, get my shoveling done, roof rake the sugar house, and then I've got a whole bunch of maple stuff to do today. So first things first, tractor started, that way that thing warms up. One thing I've noticed is that everyone's not watching to the end of my videos. They stop watching when the ending credits happen. You guys are missing out on some of the best content there is. Something like when I walk in and hand the two-legged boss a 12-pack and a box of Nutty Bars and say, I brought home dinner. I mean, that's where really the good content is at the very end. And you guys are missing out. So if I was you, I'd wait until the end of these videos. It's way more important than the rest of it. Well, the dog is enjoying snowballs, that's for sure. So I got all my shoveling done. Now I do roof rake the sugar house, and I shovel like maybe 1.5 shovel widths across around it, because the genius that designed this didn't realize that the snow was going to slide off a metal roof, land in front of like the woodshed, puts a big hump there, or it lands in front of the other side where we do sales. So now I do that way I can get it all cleaned up. It just saves time later, but we'll get snow blown and get this thing done. So I got in front of the sugar house done. By the barn, the tractor didn't want to come up the hill. I did turn and it wasn't working right for me. But then I tried jacking the brake, and all I did was dig a hole because there's not much frost on that side. Now there is a little bit of snow, like probably 1 inch, but it's because I got the shoes down on the snowblower because there's no frost down there still. But now I'll get the driveway. All right, I had to do a Zoom meeting for work. That took far too long. And it was right in the middle of the day, so I lost like 2 hours of that. That's awesome. But with all this snow and more coming this week, I need to get the tracks on the four-wheeler. But I've always done it up by the house, but that involves getting the trailer out, lugging them up there. It's just a pain. So I got thinking, why wouldn't I just do it in the barn? That way I can do it on concrete rather than in the dirt and everything else. So pull the tractor out, I'll put the four-wheeler right in there, and then I just gotta lug the tracks like, I don't know, 50 feet. Yeah, it's up by the basement. So that bracket's on. By far the easiest one to put on, the rears. Now it's just a matter of getting it lined up. somehow, and I'm not completely sure how, it was almost perfectly lined up to get that on. So now I got to pick it up a little bit more because I just got to rotate the track to get the linkage put on, but then I'm going to have to drive ahead a little bit to get 2 lug nuts tightened up. They're on, they're just, only 2 of them are tight. Okay, one's on. Now I'm gonna try and skid this thing sideways so that I can get the other rear one on, because then it'll kind of move the same. So if I turn the jack, get the ball. Oh, I almost flipped it over. Oh, perfect. That actually kind of worked. So rears are on. They're not bad getting lined up. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but now when you've got the rear tracks on but not front tracks, that means it does better donuts in the snow. So I better try it. Or not. Now I've just got snow all through where I need to get in to get the bolts on and off. It wouldn't steer at all. It just too much track on the back and not enough steering power in the front. That's awesome. All in the name of fun. And in there it's even better. Note to self, don't go play in the snow before you put all the tracks on. Because now, everywhere you've got to work is covered in snow, rather than having it nice and easy to see what you're doing. That's a genius move. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? You play in the snow?
Yeah.
Where's Bridget?
At Lucy's house.
Oh, she went to a friend's house. So you're by yourself?
Yeah.
You're gonna help me?
No.
How come?
Because I don't know how to put tires on.
You don't know how to put tires on?
Yeah, don't.
You want to learn?
No.
No? Perfect.
What is that?
That for the tracks. The four-wheeler. That goes in there. That goes like that.
Tell me if you need like a wrench or something.
How many sets of wrenches do I need? Just those.
Daddy, you need a wrench.
I need a wrench?
Yeah.
Hold on. That goes like that. That goes there. That goes there. Oh crap. front one, number one's on. That didn't go terrible. It went. It wasn't great. But let's see how fast I can do the second one. I'm pretty sure that I can get this. I think I can do it faster than that one. Let's try. I think I got everything I need here. Ready, set, go. Done. That was like the fastest I've ever put a track on this thing. I'm so clever. So behind me is the house, and what we've got is I've got a line that comes up from the woods down back and it comes up to the road. Then we go up over the road and we get the roadside trees that are on the other side. But these trees aren't really performing as well as they should be for the quality of these trees. Some of them are older and getting ready to go by, but there's a lot of really young trees that got a lot of energy here, but we're not getting a lot of sap. And I think it's because there's about 80 taps over there and there's only 4 runs of 5/16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3/4 mains in with ladders, get more volume of sap, because it'll actually be able to flow the volume of sap that comes through here. The laterals that have the 3 to 5 taps thing. So what I'm going to start with today is running some wire, and then I can hang the pipe later. This is the far section that goes down, and there's some pretty good trees here. And some of this needs some rework, but it kind of slopes away from this big tree, but I've got to go up over a driveway right where the 4-wheeler is. So there'll be another ladder there that goes up, but I've got to get these trees from down there up to here, which isn't a big deal, but I'm losing grade, and I'm hoping to make it with one main and just have it picked up a little bit. So check out the clinometer and see where I'm at here. It's a lot taller than I want to be. I may have to run a couple ladders here, but just to catch these. How do I want to do this? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to run a tall main from down there that comes up to here. I don't know, I got to think about this one. Got this ash tree right here that's pretty well in line. I'll put one side tie on it to tighten it up, that I can run up high on, and all these laterals are just going to pull up to it, and I'll do the 3 to 5 and just pull up to that one. Then it's going to run downhill that way, so that I've only got one main in here rather than having a whole bunch. But I don't know if it's going to work perfect, but we're going to try it because it's the only way to do it and not spend a fortune. This wire's up. Now this has been a challenge because I'm vertically challenged in here with elevation. I'm working against myself. So I've got it in, I put 2 side ties and it goes up, but I'm probably 12 feet in the air down there, maybe 10. And it pitches back, but I'm carrying like 1.5% pitch, or 2 at the most. But it's gonna work, I think, and then there'll just be some modified sap ladders for laterals. But if I get snowed down my back one more time, I think I'm going inside because it's cold when the snow goes down your neck. Well, you know that. So the next one's a little bit more tricky. I'm not gonna go across the driveway right now because I forgot my ladder. So, but I am gonna go down through the woods, and it's pretty thick down there. This is that driveway I've got to go up over right here. So I'm gonna go from this side because this side gets more sun than the other side when I do my ladder, but I got to go up to there and then over. But I'm not doing that today because I'm not doing it in the snow. But down here, so I'll come across with this one, and then I follow this row straight down here, but it's thick. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my main down, and it's going to come down and then hook right on the wire and go down, because I carry pitch the whole way. Now it's just a matter of figuring out which way I want to go. But as you can see, there's a lot of snow on those trees. Halfway across this new one to the low spot is easy. That's one piece of wire. But from there to pick up out of the low spot, I've got to go up and over. But as you can see, it's thick little branches up here, and then on this side it's even worse. As much as I don't want multiple ladders, I think I'm going to put a bunch of like probably 2 6-foot ladders in to do this. I think that's going to be the easiest way, is maybe a 10-foot ladder there, get to about here, maybe a little bit before here, go up and over again. I just, rather than having one big tall one, I think a couple of little ones is going to be a lot easier here. It's more metal in the woods and ratchets and everything else and ladders, but it's just going to be the easiest way. There's too much going on in here, and I don't have time to cut it, and I don't really want to ask the landlord here if I can cut all this, because that's thick up there. But a handful of little ladders, that makes it easy. So if I do one to here, go up, over, up, over. I think that's the easiest. So there'll be a few here. So it has successfully snowed all day today. And since the time that I snowblowed this morning until now, we've probably got another inch, but I haven't finished cleaning up yet. So I had a couple minutes, I ran over to the big woods, because the vacuum monitors, even though they're not tapped over there yet, I've got them set up, and a couple of them weren't working right, and I wanted to check it. So I ran over to check that. And while I was out, I figured I'd stop and pick up a few tasty beverages, because I've worked hard today and I deserve a treat tonight. So I'll go home and get cleaned up and then relax.